Donald Trump would find a way to get the entire world to eagerly embrace a 10% tariff on the American market, they'd actually be relieved that it was only 10%. You would have said that would be an April Fool's joke.
I have sued him 3 times just this week. We have sued. We have stopped him. Check, check, check.
Always anti-Trump protests taking place across the country today after a tumultuous week, to say the least.
But in the short run, I'm petrified at some of these issues.
Everyone is hating on Trump, even my successful far-right MAGA friends. They're all complaining. And I'm like, you're complaining because you're an idiot and your digits are going down. No, Trump is a buffoon. He's doing it wrong. Like, you're upset because your digits are gone. You didn't take my course that includes bear market, and it teaches you to trade itself. Well, my financial analyst, my broker, he does that all for me. Yeah, for how much? 4%? And you didn't even beat the S&P 500. These are all true stories, plus the 4%, which I will talk about the stock market in just a second. I think we're in capitulation. But my macro says no, charts say yes. I want you to think about this just for a second. Sorry, Big Mike. The entire world has lined up, 100 plus, all these countries. They're like, okay, all right, we'll accept this 10% tariff. What? They're like, I can breathe now. You would have never in a million years would have said, yes, the whole world will get behind new tariffs. Well, besides China, but I think we saw this one coming. Also, I'm using this image. Last time I used this image, YouTube did not pay me for this video. So I want to test it one more time. Is it the obese kid? Also, thank you for always supporting my work as I shoot my left foot, my right foot, and just testing. Was it really this image? Get those like yellow things. They're like, oops, sorry, Johnny Bravo. We're gonna have to censor you because for some reason, when you speak the truth, you get censored. Also, check to see if you've been unsubscribed. And you do know we are all still being censored. Yeah, I know. Mark Zuckerberg bent the knee. They're still censoring. Also, understand he did a lot of bad things. And Marky Mark's going to get in trouble for that. Oh, in breaking news, just proof they're panicking. Facebook just took down the video of President Trump epic UFC 314. I can't believe I missed it. It was yesterday in Miami, Florida. Ugh. I'm a big UFC guy. Had actually one of my students, John McCarthy. There's the guy that would do it was the guy that does the reffing. They called him Big John McCarthy. He had his son in my classroom. Actually, maybe at the end of my video, I have another student, I have a student that's coming out right now. Los Angeles, California. We're going to go surf behind the boat. I might have him pop in and say what it was like to be in Mr. Bravo's classroom. And crazy, one of my neighbors at Hatley, he lives close to me. He was one of the refs. I got the UFC blood after. So the video of which I'll show you, again, shooting my other foot in the knee, 2 birds with 1 stone. After it hit 150,000 views in just 10 minutes, gone, censored, deleted. Why? Showed the truth. Thousands on their feet. The arena erupted. USA. Like, just people went nuts. I cannot do the audio because then I get in trouble. But it's really exciting audio. And so place just erupts. Video gets censored. I got another censored for you. Celebrities are running up to him. Can I get a photo? Cleveland Browns. Yeah, that's him, right? Tight end. Florida governor. Photo. And then we got Shaquille O'Neal. If you ever want to feel like you're 1'2", look, even Trump is like, that's not so bad. Shaquille is ginormous. And I want that necklace. That's dope. Here is the game plan, which I stand behind. I want to decouple from China. The crowd goes wild. Have you ever worked with them? No? Working with China is horrible. I've showed you videos. Kevin O'Leary. And I don't like to use the word unfair. It's unfair. A product you sell on Amazon, they're like, oh, that's perfect. So will we. I'm like, wait, hold on. I have IP, I copy all the things. And they'll steal it because there is no law. And they're like, yeah, and we'll go ahead and, you know how you're charging $20? we'll do it for 5. And I'm like, but you're my factory. And they're like, but, oh, go cry. And Kevin O'Leary, he's coming in hard on China. I just over and over suggest China gets a taste of its own medicine. Now, medicine, you got to have it made over here, guys. If they cut that off, I think what's the percentage? 95% of your meds are made in China. That's not very smart. I was saying this during the pandemic. You really want to get rid of your opposition? Yeah, do that. Wouldn't even have to drop a nuke. They're just like, cut them off. And America is so sick and so unhealthy. Big Pharma is doing great, though. Programmed us since we were kids, right? From the health food pyramid, right? You got to have a lot of sugar. That's your first. The very base should be bread. You know, you get up and have a bowl of cereal. Spike your insulin. Fat's bad, though. Protein, stay away from it. Too much muscle. Delist. He's saying, sorry, I chase squirrels. I went from medicine because I'm like, we got to have it here. He's saying delist their stocks from the markets. Between 500 billion to 700 billion of China's market capitalization should be delisted. The Shark Tank stars, yeah, he's been doing a lot of that.
Ventures Chairman Kevin O'Leary. You know, Kevin, you reminded me with that comment, smash heads into the wall. You reminded me of what Xi Jinping said, okay? When he was celebrating the 100-year anniversary of the Chinese Communist Party, he said, anybody who gets in the way of China's reunification with Taiwan is going to get their head smashed to dust. Remember he said that? Is that where you got that?
It's ringing in my mind, Maria, that the rhetoric was just being raised, and I thought it would be a good comeback. But, you know, at this point, we got to face reality here. China is not just a trade war. We have to figure out a way to finally fix the problems that have existed since 2000 when they joined the WTO. They've never abided by the rules and regulations, ever. There's no mechanism by which you can dispute any kind of business issue, including IP theft. And it's a typical situation. I'll make it very simple for everybody to understand. You invest in innovation in the United States, and the product takes off, and as soon as it hits a run rate of 5 million annually, it gets knocked off in China, manufactured there, reintroduced into the U.S. market at around 30 to 40% off, because they don't have to recuperate any R&D, and sometimes the original innovating company goes bankrupt. I've kind of had enough of that now. I want you to be aware of something, Maria, that I think people missed yesterday. Atkins was approved, his nomination went through for head of the SEC. Then Senator Scott issued a letter, made it public yesterday, that he had asked this person to enforce the law about delisting Chinese companies that were not compliant with GAAP. They were given 3 years, then the law was modified to give them 2 years. None of them were compliant. There's billions of dollars trading this morning that I think Chinese companies that are not compliant, they're going to get delisted.
I want to decouple from China. It's going to get uncomfortable. Sorry, you guys, that's just the way it is. But I don't want my portfolio to go down. Not just the China, and it's not just the tariffs. It's all the other laws that you went through. From vid. Remember the censorship, all the things you couldn't say or do. Being a YouTuber, they're like, you can't do that, you can't do that. But it's happening globally still. Let's listen in to Europe, UK. Here it is, the thought police. This is all over. I mean, Germany, all over. You name it. British thought police warn an elderly, partially deaf man that's saying, quote, speak English is a hate crime. This is the plan of the globalists. Yes. Here, I'll let you listen in.
Conversations between yourself. Apparently, you've alleged. We weren't here, so I don't know you said it, but you've alleged to say speak English. Or was that effect? Speak clearly. Speak clearly.
No, the gentleman's partially deaf.
Yeah, he can speak clearly. Yeah.
So I couldn't even hear him.
No, and that's fine, and that's why we've just come to speak, because potentially someone could perceive that as a hate crime.
Did we just know this was going to happen?
No, people, if someone says to me, officer...
This guy's reaction in the back that I want to... I want to zoom in on. Yes, that's a hate crime. And then what you need to understand that NFCs, okay? Those are the ones that are in the video games, and a lot of times they're police officers. They just do as they are told. You can tell he's probably not an NFC. Yes, I have to arrest you. That's a hate crime. No NFCs because I worked law enforcement and they just follow what they're told. Also in the military. And I didn't do well in that environment because I'm like, wait a minute. It's like all logic goes right out the window. Whatever it's, nope, this is what it says right here. I remember when I was a kid, I got let go. I worked retail and I went to go collect unemployment. They're like, sorry, sir, we cannot give you unemployment because you have 30 years of back child support. Once you pay up on that, I'm like, do you see my age? Would definitely be my dad. But the computer says, also hence the reason why it's so easy, $1 million, because you just have to be a little bit smarter than all the NFCs. I mean, NPC, sorry. Think about it for a second. This guy says, oh, the market's gonna go up. And my church are like, you're wrong. Recently, it's like stealing candy from a baby. When people are like, I made 10% this year or whatever, YouTubers are like, oh, come join me. We made 9%. That's cute. I made 140%. Yeah, but I bet you can't do it again. All right, this one I just made 215%. And that's my options watch list, which was $1 a day. But I am discontinuing that. So if you want to still get it for $1 a day, grab it. Before it goes up, like my bear market one did. And we can all take advantage of NPCs. That time in the market is always better than timing the market. All right, so now let's do a little bit of capitulation. That's where it's like, that's it. That's the bottom. We may have bounced on it basically 3 times. This is a trend line. The 18-month recession, we're supposed to be, I have a line, 18 macro. We're almost there. So moving forward, see, these are dates down here, 2024. Bink right on there. Bink, bink. Do we have one more? Is that it? We got, look at that. One more. And let me change my candle type and we are right on it, going back to 2020. And that flag here was when I introduced my swing trading course. Here, I'll turn on one thing to show you why. The 200-day moving average, we up. Like perfect time to help everyone make a shat ton of money all the way up until we crossed below it. Then I did bear market course. We make money going down. And then we come up, we retest it, and make more money going down. So we make money going up, money going down. Wouldn't that be great if your new course included that? Well, you're welcome. While I'm filming video a day, I will include it. And we did the same thing. Up, break it. Here, get ready, guys. Bear market. This is when all the NPCs are like, market only go up, retest, get rejected. Here we go. But we have a sweet bear market bounce. Well, except for this thing that hit it right on the dot. So then I told everyone, even on this channel, let me turn on, here's mine, 789 whale. If you want to take a swing up on this one, it is a perfect setup. On the daily, no bueno. But on the 4 hour, which I've been saying trade this on the 4 hour, it's a good one right now. All jumped in over there. You'll ride it all the way up to the yellow line and then get ready to make money down. Now I need to explain something because I had mentioned the capitulation. I know that's a big word. I think, and I could be wrong. Again, this is kind of your macro-ish. I want to see retail. They need to feel it, right? Like China. And then I'll get back to China. And then my former student, he just walked in with Kitty, my assistant. So he said, I said, you got 30 seconds because my audience is like fish. Attention spans of little baby fish. Capitulation indicator. When it goes down, 87, that's capitulation. 98, capitulation. 2008, capitulation, and now I'm in the way. I shall turn myself off, even though I can still see you, because you have your webcam. You didn't cover, and your phone. I could clearly see you. Yes, you don't have to do that. This right here, do you see this capitulation? We actually could go lower though. So we have hit. I think this is Jason Gephardt. I subscribe to lots of stuff. You hit it, you hit it, you hit it, you hit it. These are all capitulation. We could go lower. I'm telling you guys, right? Is that just not spot on? This is unbelievable. Follow the charts like right here. Right here. This is on the weekly. And then for you investors in the audience, if you want to know, is this a good time to get in? When it goes green like that, you buy. If you're like, yeah, I just don't have, just tell me when said kind of bottom. Okay, we are said kind of bottom. If you ever want to know, okay, go monthly on this. Wait for that to load. Okay, not yet. This is like the every few years. Okay, babe, we got money. Let's put it in. I also wanted to talk about, because we're talking about China, this guy comes on and he's just talking about how Americans, you don't get it. So why don't you do this? Hit subscribe. I'll talk about it tomorrow. My former student wants to come on. But here was China before they started, that manufacturing. Basically, our middle class has been gutted. And where we made our 1%, 0%, well, they fixed their middle class. Zen, not so bad, huh? You guys? Like New York, but not. It actually is safe and beautiful. And a lot of socialism and communism. But come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can balance this thing. It's like downtown Austin on drugs. Just gorgeous. That actually reminds me of Lady Turd Lake in downtown Austin, which my former student Chris is coming from a bachelor party where dead bodies are always floating to the top. Something tells me they don't have that problem there. But let me get Chris in here. Oh, and by the way, I have no idea what he's gonna say. Okay, so I have Chris, former student here. I've set the timer. He knows he has 30 seconds. Talk into the big black thing.
So if you guys are wondering what it's like to have Johnny Bravo as a teacher, he doesn't talk to you like your students. He talks to you like your people, and he cares about you. Once you find someone that actually cares, it's incredible. He would encourage us to go home and talk to our parents about current events that are happening in real life. And it's not the celebrity drama. It's economic policies. It's important things. He told us to set a budget, and then he went and reviewed our budget, and he said, what, are you just not going to buy birthday presents for your friends? So I had to add a column for gifts on my budget. And to this very day, I still use that budget, and there's no way I would be as successful as I am without that budget. So best class I've ever taken, and he's amazing. Love it.
Okay, but what Chris failed to mention was there was a couple things. So I asked him, did I say buy Bitcoin in 2012? He said yes. Real estate. So he doesn't remember gold, but go ahead.
So I remember the national debt calculator, which was insane as well. And it's just gone up since then. And the condo, we did a real estate a case study.
Didn't I tell you went home to tell your parents to buy it?
Yes. You said you have homework. You have to convince your parents to spend $10,000 and buy this $60,000 condo and rent it out. And I promise you they won't be disappointed.
It was a 3-bedroom.
And we were so close to convincing our dad to buy it. We were really close. And we should have, because it's probably around $500,000 right now. So it was amazing. Yeah.
And you do real estate.
I do now. Yes. Yeah. So crazy. Kind of wish we would have.
Maybe the teacher motivated him into real estate, just maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
And then Bitcoin. What was what do you think the price was?
I think it was like $20 or so back then. But yeah, I remember you told us to buy silver. Silver was big.
All right. So there you guys go. So there you have it, a little background about me, former student. We're going to go surf behind a boat. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow.